Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Montebello. We are all thrilled to gather for this momentous occasion. Please note that after the ceremony, we'd like all groups of people who have mentioned to head to the front up here. We're going to do some photo opportunities, a couple other housekeeping things, and then we'll have some refreshments that we want you all to share in. It's not every day that a 100-year-old school achieves the Maryland Historic Trust Award for Excellence and Sustainability. This achievement is a testament to the commitment of many people: city schools, Maryland Stadium Authority, the IAC, the City of Baltimore, and the design team, which we'll introduce shortly, to support the governor's mission for a more sustainable Maryland. I would like to also acknowledge the support of District 43 delegates in attendance today. Could you please stand? Delegate Regina Boyce.
Good morning.
Delegate Elizabeth Embry. And Commissioner Simmons. Thank you for coming. Please join me in welcoming Montebello Principal Troy Mitchell to the podium. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
All right. So, welcome to Montebello. This is truly a momentous occasion. As someone who has been a teacher in this building prior to the renovations, and now to be the actual principal of the building after the renovations, it is amazing, the transformation. So I know firsthand what the building was and what the building is. Also, as a Baltimorean, and knowing the historic nature of our schools, I went to City College. The historic nature of our schools. It's important that we, especially in this time when we are closing so many schools, that Montebello has stayed the test of time, right? Over 100 years of serving the citizens in the community of Baltimore, Maryland, right? And so it's important that we honor this and we take care of it. And so the fact that Maryland Stadium Authority, City of Baltimore, State of Maryland has invested the money into making this a building that can continue serving our students in the future is very, very important to me. And as the steward of this building, right? I'm just the steward. I thank all the design people, everyone who's been part of this process. I just hold the keys this year, right? Next year, someone else may hold the keys. And so I take this responsibility very seriously. And I just want to welcome you here and to say thank you to everyone who had a hand in this, making this possible. And to know that our students, and you'll see our Dolphin Pride on display with our students that will be speaking. And as you see my students walking back and forth, I apologize, it's in the middle of our testing season. So, tomorrow's the last day. And so we're trying to get all those kids who missed days or weren't here for whatever reason to make up their testing right now. And so I just want to welcome you here and thank you for being part of this. And thank you to everyone who's part of this, who made this occasion possible. I get nervous. Let me acknowledge, my leadership, Dr. Washington and Dr. Brooks and Commissioner Simmons for being here as well. So you always supposed to acknowledge the people first. I can use it. So Ms. Jordan Super, who's an 8th grade, will be our next speaker.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
My name is Jordan Super, and I am an 8th grade student here at Montebello Elementary Middle School. I'm happy to welcome you to our school this morning, and I'm glad that you could join us to celebrate this amazing moment. As Montebello students, we are committed to keeping the earth beautiful by reducing, reusing, and recycling. This school building helps us achieve these goals. Rebuilding our school took a lot of teamwork. Our next speaker, Dr. Lynette Washington, is a big part of that team, and not just for our school, but for all public schools throughout Baltimore City. Dr. Washington is the Chief Operating Officer of the Baltimore City Public Schools. In this role, among many other responsibilities, Dr. Washington oversees the construction of schools like Montebello, creating modern learning environments for thousands of students. Dr. Washington started this job almost 7 years ago. Since then, she has also helped city schools do more to save energy and take care of the environment. This also helps them save money. All of this helps make our schools better places to learn, grow, and get ready for the future. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Washington to the
Thank you. My bio. And I would say that over those 7 years, it is a team of folks who have helped do what we do here at Baltimore City Schools. So good morning, everybody. I want to thank you all for joining us at the Montebello Elementary Middle School. I'm honored to stand here on behalf of Baltimore City Public Schools and also Dr. Santalucis, who could not be here today, as we celebrate an incredible milestone for the school community and also for our entire city. First, I want to recognize and thank the Maryland Historic Trust for this prestigious Excellence in Sustainability Design Award. Your acknowledgement affirms the essence of this work. I also want to thank our valued partners at the Maryland Stadium Authority, the Interagency Commission on School Construction, the IAC, the design team, Crabtree, Rohrbaugh, just want to make sure I got that right, Architects, and of course, Principal Mitchell, somewhere, along with the Montebello's dedicated staff, students, family, and community members. Thank you all for your unwavering belief what Montebello could become. In 2011, we set on an ambitious goal. We wanted to renovate and replace every building serving our students here in Baltimore City. At the time, our facilities were the oldest in the state, but our community had made some very hard decisions. We increased our building utilization, we improved learning environments, and we led a bold investment just like this one. Montebello is now the 26th school modernized under the 21st Century Building Program, and is nothing short of a beacon of what is possible. Montebello stands today as a restored structure and a symbol of equity, excellence, and also innovation. The transformation included 74,000 square feet of interior renovation, the restoration of 2 historic facades from the 1920s, and a beautifully designed 20,000 square foot addition. This is not about erasing history, but about honoring it while we prepare our students for the future. The results are inspiring. Montebello uses 37% less energy and 31% less water than a baseline school. With LEED Gold certification, this campus exceeds expectations for sustainability and also stewardship. From natural daylighting to water efficient systems and a low emissions materials, every detail was selected with students' health and environmental responsibility in mind. What makes this project truly special is the community voice behind it. Over 15 public meetings, many multilingual, designed and shaped this space. Families and students requested a school that honored their neighborhood, preserved Montebello's identity, and provided modern, flexible learning, gathering, and growth spaces. And I will say that the architects and the design team listened. Today, Montebello is not just a school, it's a community anchor featuring outdoor classrooms, a food pantry, a family resource center, a green space that fosters education and also wellness. And as an international baccalaureate school, Montebello now reflects academic excellence and a deep-rooted understanding of global citizenship and also environmental stewardship. Our students will leave here prepared for the future and inspired to protect it. So we celebrate 50 years of the Maryland Historic Preservation Awards. Montebello shows that these bold ideas, dedicated partnerships, and community voice can create something truly transformative. We're proud to serve as a model for other districts and cities striving to build better learning environments. So again, I want to thank you all for this honor, and congratulations to the entire Montebello community, because you all were a part of making this happen.
Next, we'll hear from Shushan Lin, one of the other students here at Montebello.
Hello everyone, my name is Shushan Lin. I am in 5th grade at Montebello. You have just heard a lot of facts about our school and the great efforts made by so many people to create a beautiful new building while honoring its history. I am proud that our school has been honored with such an important award. As a fellow student Jordan mentioned, we are committed to keeping the earth beautiful, starting for school, home, and community. We hope that you can share in that commitment and can use today's ceremony as an inspiration. We thank you for joining us and invite you to stay for refreshments and meet.
Thank you, Dr. Washington and students. It was wonderful to hear from you. Next, I'd like to welcome Mr. Craig Thompson, who's the chair of Maryland Stadium Authority.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I could not be more excited to be here. As was mentioned, my name is Craig Thompson, and I am the chair of the Maryland Stadium Authority. 4 quick shout outs. First, let's make it 5. Do a big round of applause to our students. Also, want to make sure we say hi. We also must respect the leader of the house, Principal Mitchell. Wonderful job. Thank you for inviting us. Want to give a shout out to Chris, the 5th grader who escorted me here. The good book says, by their fruits they shall be known. And these students are an amazing reflection of what this school represents, not just to the community, to our state. So Chris and the students, give them a big round of applause. I can't remember what number I'm on, but I also want to give a shout out to Delegate Boyce, who is a personal friend and champion for me and my family, and an amazing representative in this community. Delegate Boyce, thank you so much for being here. And then finally to the MSA team and our partners who are here. If you could just stand really quickly to be acknowledged. I'll give a little bit more a little bit later, but if MSA and our partners could stand, thank you very much. Let's give a shout out. Thank you. Governor Moore sends his sincere congratulations. Maryland Historical Trust 2025 Excellence in Sustainable Design Award for Montebello Elementary Middle School is in complete harmony with the governor's initiatives to create a more sustainable Maryland. As a partner of the $1.1 billion 21st Century Schools Building Program, MSA leads the financing, procurement, and construction of the sustainable, adaptable, and future-focused educational facilities in communities throughout the city of Baltimore. Through this program, we will deliver 34 schools in 29 new or fully renovated buildings, in which will receive over $4 million in energy efficiency, which has received all that not only in terms of efficiency, but sustainable design rebates, while also achieving $1.7 million in forecasted annual operating savings. Originally constructed in 1921, the Montebello Elementary Middle School project used many sustainable design elements to achieve LEED Gold certification by the U.S. Green Building Council. The project preserved historical facades by the U.S. Green Council. They preserved those facades and they seamlessly added 20,000 square feet addition, creating a healthy, modern learning environment that honors the past and invests in a sustainable future for students in our community. Now, not only do you have this impressive numbers, but there's an impressive building design, and these are some of the construction stats. The partners place an emphasis on the reduction of overall energy uses and responsible diversion of construction waste materials throughout the duration of the project. The renovated project has achieved 37, you heard the stats regarding the less energy consumption, less water usage, and 81% of the demolition and construction waste was diverted from disposal in landfills throughout either recycling or salvaging. Let's celebrate that. Additionally, 20% of the building's material cost was manufactured using recycled materials, and 25% of the project's material cost was spent on building sources that were extracted, harvested, and manufactured within 500 miles of the project site. Let's celebrate that. In keeping with other 21st Century School Program projects, the Montebello project was also an economic generator for the city of Baltimore and for the state of Maryland, employing 907 people, totaling over 202,000 labor hours. Of that number, 36,000 labor hours were performed by 151 local Baltimore residents. Let's celebrate that. And 30% certified Maryland minority business construction trades participation equaled $9.7 million that was achieved. Let's clap for that. And all of this was accomplished by while the business partners and the project partners maintained the open and open spaces, amenities, and views that the community enjoys and relies on the school and Lake Montebello site. So I want to give a big round of applause to everyone involved, all of the teachers, all of the students, all of the construction folks, all of the partners that made this day possible. Let's make sure we get that. And importantly, for the construction folks in the room, it was on time and on budget. Right. We're recording, so I want to make sure. I'd also like to take just a moment to recognize Gary McGuigan and Eric Johnson, who oversee the program for MSA, and their highly professional staff like Justin Wood, the project manager who led the renovation of this stunning, energy-efficient school. Let's give them a big round. And also, I want to double-click Dr. Washington. Thank you to Crabtree, Rohrbaugh and Associates, our architects, and CAM Construction, our project partners, for this life-filled, state-of-the-art school that is fully acceptable, fully accessible, adaptable, and sustainable, with an adjacent outdoor area that can be enjoyed for organized sports, passive leisure, and additional educational opportunities. MSA, along with our program partners, continues to contribute to the education of our children. And we want to make sure that we continue to do so in the time frame that we have. 50 years, 100 years, no matter how long any of us are here or this building is here, the reality is we're really only here for just a minute. And we have to take our time and make sure that we leave a legacy in the meeting and the time that we have. We are targeting, ladies, that we have only just a minute, 60 seconds in it. Forced upon us, can't refuse it, didn't seek it, didn't choose it, but we know that we must use it. We will suffer if we lose it, pay account if we abuse it. Just a tiny little minute, but eternity is in it. Let's take this minute that we have to celebrate something that's wonderful in our city, something that's wonderful in our state, and make sure that it grows. Now, please welcome Alex Donahue, Executive Director of the Maryland Interagency Commission on School Construction, the IAC, who will present the governor's citation to Troy Mitchell, our wonderful principal of Montebello Elementary Middle School.
Thank you, Chair Thompson. It's a great pleasure to be here.
It's underneath. It's underneath the citation.
Great pleasure to be here to participate in this celebration. Principal Mitchell, it is an honor to present to you this governor's citation that says, "Be it known, because of your demonstration of high integrity and ability, meriting great trust and respect, we are most pleased to award you, our Montebello school community, the governor's citation for excellence in sustainable design in this award recognition."
Thank you, Mr. Donahue. Thank you, Mr. Thompson, for your remarks. I'd like to welcome Ms. Deborah Brooks, Dr. Deborah Brooks, to the podium. She's the Director of Mayor's Office of Children and Family Success with us here today. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm here on behalf of Mayor Scott. Also, I don't like to say I'm a former educator because once an educator, you're always an educator. And so with over 30 years of education in Baltimore City Public Schools, I too remember Montebello of old and new. And so it is a pleasure to be here on behalf of the mayor to provide this certificate of recognition. So I'm going to ask the principal to come up. And I'm going to ask the student to come up.
So you can take this.
Okay. And so I am presenting a certificate of recognition on behalf of the citizens of Baltimore. I am pleased to present the certificate to Montebello Elementary Middle School in recognition of your being awarded the 2025 Excellence in Sustainable Design Award by the Maryland Historical Trust. The Montebello Elementary Middle 21st century school building has enhanced the educational environment of students and staff through the transformation of its physical space and is a source of great community pride. On behalf of the people of Baltimore, congratulations on this momentous occasion and best wishes for a memorable celebration. Congratulations on today, May 29th, 2025, from Mayor Brandon M. Scott.
Thank you, Dr. Brooks. I have the distinct pleasure of being a principal at Crabtree Rohrbaugh Architects. With us today are two gentlemen that were first and foremost involved in this project. If Rick LeBlanc and Todd McMedic come forward, please. We're going to share why achieving a sustainable award for this historic structure has been so significant, especially in our careers as architects. All right.
Thank you. This is a significant award and presented by the Maryland Historic Trust. So that being said, we wanted to provide a little education today about the history of this building. The Montebello Elementary Middle School was designed by Baltimore architect Clyde Fritz and Son. The firm's most notable buildings in Baltimore include Standard Oil Company building and the Scottish Rite Temple. The crown jewel of the portfolio of Fritz's work is the Enoch Pratt Library of 1933, which has an awesome clear-story lobby, marble columns, warm, light-filled spaces, and continue to awe patrons today. You are in good company with this architect's work throughout Baltimore City. Constructed in 1921, the Montebello Elementary Middle School can be considered part of the eclectic movement of neoclassicism, where both modern and historical influences were incorporated into the design of this school. Neoclassical architecture emerged in the mid-18th century as a reaction to Rococo. Rococo is a very ornamental, flamboyant, intricately detailed and layered style of architecture that emerged in the 18th century. Neoclassicism was derived from Palladian architecture and has references to classical Greek and Roman architecture. So the trend toward revivalist architecture at the beginning of the 1900s was the result of the 1893 Chicago World's Fair, where the Columbian Exposition, where historical interpretations of European styles were encouraged. Simultaneous to the rise of revivalist architecture, the modern era saw its beginnings with architects who were instead looking to the future and not the past, with more progressive modernist style. Thus defines the eclectic movement of the early 20th century, which consists of competing interests in both modern and historical architectural traditions. This variety provided for one of the most diverse and colorful periods for architecture in American history. The characteristics of neoclassical architecture that you see in this building include the grand scale of the building, the simplicity of geometric forms, the Greek detailing, the dramatic columns and blank walls. So the defining elements that you can see here in the Montebello Elementary School are the grandeur of scale, the simplicity of geometric form, the symmetrical floor plans, the side-view roof, the simplified, more slender columns that you see at the front entrance and at the side entrance porch, the symmetry and simple geometry with a preference for blank walls and an uncluttered appearance, emphasized porches, cornices, doorways, and windows, a wide frieze band at the main entrance. You see the main entrance with its more decorative elements, rectangular double-hung windows, as you see behind us, and then arched windows to differentiate it from the classical revival styles. So that tells you a little bit about the history and the architectural style of the building. I'm going to introduce Todd McMedic, who will speak to some of the sustainable features that were incorporated.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Very good.
Todd Bookmanic, I'm a senior project manager at Crabtree, Rohrbaugh Associates. And once again, as was stated, welcome everybody. Thank you so much for taking the time this morning to come out and celebrate with us. When this building was dedicated, it was 100 years old. And with that comes certainly some design opportunities, some very unique design opportunities. Also comes with it some very unique design challenges. I just want to say thank you as well and welcome our design team. So we certainly put forth an excellent effort, I feel. We're all very proud of the final resolution of this building. As you can see behind us, as Rick had mentioned, we managed to improve the exterior envelope efficiency of the building. That was by utilizing these high-performance window systems as well as roofing. Not only does it improve the exterior efficiency, but it also retains that flavor. When you approach this school, it still retains that 1920s flavor. So very excited about that. Moving to the inside, as you can see, Principal Mitchell mentioned being here previous to the construction as a teacher. I remember walking through this school, very lovely school, but certainly a little long in the tooth. As you can see now, it's beautiful, enhanced daylighting, beautiful finishes with low VOCs, improving not only the building efficiency through mechanical, electrical, plumbing systems, but also daylight harvesting, improving that educational environment for both teachers as well as the students. So once again, we're very proud of the effort that everybody had put forth, the entire team on both sides of the table. It has always been a challenge and a balance maintaining that school program, the educational improvements, discussions with city schools as well as MSA, and as was mentioned earlier, not only improving the building efficiency as well as that opportunity for educational environment on time and on budget. So, we're very, very proud. And once again, thank you for having us and thank you for the opportunity. And finally, and I will introduce Ms. Ann Raines. Ms. Raines is the Deputy Director and Deputy State Historic Preservation Officer at the Maryland Historic Trust.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I just want to say I'm really enjoying the great feelings here today in this beautiful space. And since we're in school, I just want to say that Mr. LeBlanc gets an A+ for his comments on architectural history today. A+ for his firm's work here. So I think it should be a great day for you and your firm. Since 1975, the Maryland Historical Trust Board of Trustees has honored the outstanding preservation efforts of individuals, businesses, nonprofit organizations, local governments, and others who protect, steward, and share the historic places and cultural heritage that make Maryland unique. Today, we're proud to continue that tradition by honoring a project that demonstrates how sustainability and preservation can go hand in hand to serve both history and future generations. I'd also like to thank Dr. Deborah Brooks of the Mayor's Office, Delegate Regina T. Boyce, and Delegate Elizabeth Embry for joining us today and for their continued support for historic preservation in Maryland. I am pleased to present the 2025 Maryland Preservation Award for Excellence in Sustainable Design to the rehabilitation of Montebello Elementary and Middle School, a landmark of Baltimore's architectural and educational landscape. Constructed in 1921, as we've heard, Montebello has stood as a beacon of learning and community pride for over a century. But in recent years, the school faced a challenge that's familiar to many: how to adapt and modernize while honoring its legacy. Thanks to the visionary partnership of Baltimore City Public Schools, the Maryland Stadium Authority, and Crabtree, Rohrbaugh, and Associates Architects, the answer was clear: preserve thoughtfully and design sustainably. The project team undertook a bold yet respectful rehabilitation of this neoclassical school, right on, restoring the building's grand facades, repairing its historic terracotta details, and replacing over 300 windows, many of which even our online audience could probably see, with energy-efficient models that retain their original profiles. But their efforts went far beyond surface-level improvements. This project is a masterclass in sustainable design. Certified LEED Gold Montebello incorporates a suite of environmental strategies, from water-efficient landscaping that eliminates the need for permanent irrigation, to systems that reduce potable water use by over 30%, to the integration of alternative transportation features like bicycle storage, carpool drop-offs, and access to public transit. Inside, the school offers learning spaces flooded with daylight, enhanced thermal comfort, and improved air quality, supporting student health while reducing energy consumption. And today we're able to celebrate in this beautiful collaborative open space, which I think is an important example of the design spirit that's at play here. This project is also a testament to community collaboration. With more than 15 public meetings held throughout the process, the design team listened and responded to protect mature trees, preserve beloved views of Lake Montebello, and ensure the building's continued role as a true neighborhood anchor. The project's commitment to sustainability demonstrates to students what environmental stewardship looks like in action. It's not just a place to learn, but part of the lesson. Today, we're honored to present this Excellence in Sustainable Design Award to Troy Mitchell, Montebello School Principal, who's forced to come up here again. Thank you, as you yourself said, for your stewardship of this special place and for showing us that our historic places can be green, forward-looking, and deeply rooted in community. Are you bringing us back?
Thank you, Ann. Wonderful award. We're really deeply appreciative of all your efforts in helping us through that process. So the last and final thing, we'd be remiss. It's not just a couple of people working on this project, as you've heard. We had a whole entire team on our side. So I'm going to announce our firms that worked with us throughout this process, if they could stand and be acknowledged. CAM Construction was construction manager on this. Alvin Engineering, RTM Engineering, they were our MEP engineers. Columbia Engineering, structural engineers. Educational Systems Planning Technology, they were our technology consultant on this. NICO's Food Design, they do the majority of food systems in schools throughout the state of Maryland. Carroll Engineering for our site civil engineers. Derek Adams Group, thank you very much for being our construction administration consultant. NMP was our permitting facilitator. Anthony Ingram was cost estimating, which is how we get to budget and have those discussions. AREA environmental engineers looking at the hazmat portions of the building and the environmental portions of the building. If we give them one more round of applause. And finally, we can't do this without the guidance of MSA. They've truly been a partner throughout the process. As Todd said, there was a lot of discussions back and forth between multiple parties. So could MSA please stand? One more. I've known this woman for close to 25 years. Jillian Storms from Maryland State Department of Education. Jillian is an architect. She inspires us. She works closely with us, and we really appreciate her efforts. And finally, this is not our school. This is Baltimore City Schools. So, could Baltimore City Schools please stand? One more person. So we're all off script, but that's fine. There was one person who led this all off as we started our journey with Baltimore City Schools in the process of Mr. Michael McBride. Again, you can see how large that team becomes and how many facets of the projects are encountered. Just understand that. And we are so grateful to have all of you again today. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming. Refreshments are over here, but don't forget all the parties that were here. If we could get some pictures of everyone, we'd appreciate that.